Yo, what's up guys? It's time for reviews. And I got quite a few, so let's get started. I'm here with ISouli. Uh, I already did a review for him, but he had a question now. Hey Blackie, I picked up some really good monsters and I finished my B10 team. I want to use it for B7. I don't know why they fail so often, and I don't know if I should use the new monsters. So let's check it out. Um, What are your new monsters? Rakshasa, Orochi, Virya. You could use Orochi if you want to. I see you have a Walter. You were working on that. Let me just. You have a second Orochi. Okay, wait. Then you have two Orochis. Then I won't use both. Okay, I'll check your team. I could probably think of why they don't. What? Wait. Where's that? What's this? Why is it not upgraded? Obviously, you're not gonna clear it like that. You need a lot better stats, and the defense is actually pretty important. Okay, let's go. Wait. Okay, you got that cooldown. That's good. We got Shannon fully skilled. That's good. Yeah, it's the stats, man. Your stats are just so low. And I mean, you did the correct runing and stuff, but yeah, you just need better stats. Like they're all pretty. I mean, you should be able to do it. At least try to get this skills up, man. That's really needed, and this especially tailwind. And 33 speed, so it's probably the fastest still. You really like. It's not like you have bad units or anything or bad skills, but I think you need to work on your stats some more, because some of these units are really squishy. Like this guy just barely hits 11k. This guy just barely hits 11k. He like it's like you don't really have like if your team makes a mistake on auto mode, that could happen quite often. They just get killed, and that's why it's probably not doing the greatest. I think you need the 6-star cases. That will help you out a lot. And I also think you need to make sure that you upgrade some of these runes. Like this rune, it's not even upgraded, so that's bad. And if you got lucky, you get some HP, and the defense is actually pretty important. Like on all the units, defense is pretty important to survive. Like Bernard should have some more defense. He has some nice defense, but he actually has a rune for it. And Orochi has barely any defense. But actually, I think you could better go with Julian, maybe even than Orochi here. Well, maybe Julian is a bit squishy as well. The reason why I'm saying that is because he will clear the stage really fast for you, and at the dragons you should be able to keep him alive with his 6-star 8 cases. I see you have a new Orochi. I don't think you should use him. And I don't think you could use Walter, but I'm not 100% sure. Since you have Orochi, I think using Orochi is just fine. But you have to be. Some of these units just need to have better stats, and don't try to get some better substats on some of the runes. Because this has no substats of any value. This has some defense, which is okay, but not great. This is not even upgraded with decent substats. This one has decent substat, but not upgraded. This rune is okay. This rune has no added value. This rune, well, the speed, but that's about it. I would make this a speed rune personally, but I could understand giving him HP, so he's still the fast, so it shouldn't be that much of a deal. You have a lot of runes that don't have too much added value. Like this rune, no added value here. I don't know if your resistance is good enough. 20 resistance, 20, 15, 19. You need more resistance on most of your units as well. Your stats are just too low. You need a bit more health, you need a bit more defense, and a lot, like 10%, like get 30% resistance, close to that on all units. Because then, like a cases gives 50 already, but you need more than 70. You kind of want to go to 80 or 85. So basically, it's your stats that is lacking, and you have the setup. So it's just working on the runes. Try to put on some better runes, and especially try to find a good substat. And if you get them, upgrade them to +6 at least, and then you should be able to do B7. I'm not saying if it's on auto mode right away, because maybe your units are a bit too squishy to do that right now. Like you probably can manage manual there. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess. Let me just check your question once again if I got everything. So about the new units, well, of course Chloe is very useful, and I think the rest, I don't know what exact. The wind period is pretty good, but not great. I wouldn't focus too much on her. You have enough to focus on. You still need to focus on your team to improve their runes, and you still have. I think Soa and Chloe and Megan should become 5 stars in Darien. Yeah, but for the rest, I wouldn't focus too much on these 3 units here right now. Double Orochi is not really needed for you. I mean, you could rune one for PvP and one for PvE, but you could just use this one as well for PvP. It's not like he's terrible or anything. But yeah, you could rune up the other one, but I think you just need to focus on your units a bit more. Okay, this is your review. I'm going fast to the next one because I got a lot of reviews to do and other things, so I don't want to stick too long to one guy. So I'll be right back with the next review. Okay, I'm back with Eja90, and let me just take a sip of tea. His comment was, I know you're busy in all things you've been doing so far, but if you have time, could you please take a look at my monsters and give me some advice on what units I could use for Giants B7 and up. I don't have a cases, so it might be difficult for me, I think. And I was planning to fuse the Water Undine and Fire Sylph to be part of my team because I don't have any Speed Leader and Reviver. Would that be a good idea? Let me check out your units real quick. You do Evolution, so that's something that's pretty cool. Really good rune as well. You have a bit low crit for having a high amount of crit damage. So I hope you use this unit in your offense. Because if you don't, then Lucian might miss out on a lot of damage. So be careful with that. Because you have Enraged Blade and not having high crit, you miss out on a lot of damage. I mean, he's still going to do good damage. I think if you pair him up with the Siege, that will be good, because he gives crit rate buff, and that's 30%. So that will help you. The Speed Leader is definitely a good option. If you don't have one, get one, and Beretta is really good unit, so yeah, get him. The Water Undine, I'm not 100% sure if you should get him right now. I mean, I don't see the added value yet. Let's talk about Giants first, and then I'll go into Arena. You do have these 3 units already, so those are good. So you kind of need a replacement for. You have all 4. You kind of need a replacement for cases, which is tough because there's no real replacement. But I could think of something that is maybe okay. The problem here now is you don't have you don't have high resist, so you will stick with all those dots. So what I'm gonna suggest to you is a team that I use myself, and that's close enough to it. I would suggest using Darien, Belladon, Konamiya. I normally use Jameer myself and Iona, but you don't need to use those two. You could use Walter, and you already have that defense breakdown, and Shannon. That could be decent. So, but then we don't have a leader, right? We don't have a speed leader or anything. We don't have any. We don't have any leader skill. That's maybe bad. It's a bit tricky, but Belladon, Darien, and Konamiya are definitely going to be in that team. Try to ruin your Konamiya for high speed and high resistance, because this unit is going to help you clear all the debuffs every time he uses peace, and that will help you out quite a bit. Walter is there for the dot damage, and he is pretty good at surviving, so that will be good. Also, Belladon and Darien are there for surviving and putting debuffs on the boss. And then you could take Shannon to do more damage and survive more from the defense buff and a glancing hit. I think that team could work, but you don't have a leader or anything right now, which is not that good. So maybe you have to swap out something. But I don't really know what. I don't really see any unit that I would use instead of. Doesn't any of these units have a speed skill? No, I know that for sure. I guess then go in without a leader skill, because accuracy is not going to help you too much. I mean, you could possibly switch Walter for Arnold and then kill him with the extortion. That's a possibility you could do, but since Arnold is fire, he might die rather quickly. I wouldn't suggest I would not suggest Lucian per se, but you could try that as well. Try Lucian and Walter instead of Walter. I'm not sure how good he's gonna survive the damage. But he has pretty good health, so that's good. You could try that. Try out. Yeah. Okay. I think he has a leader skill therefore as well. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna suggest this. Lucian, Belladon, Darien, Konamiya, and Shannon. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah. Okay, Lucian lead, Konamiya, Shannon, Belladon, and Darien. I think you should be able to survive hits with the buff and with everything you could heal up and with peace. But try to make your Konamiya really fast. What I would suggest is rune him up with Endure runes and a speed rune on 2. HP, and then Endure runes, at least one set, Swift Endure or something. He needs high resistance in order to not get stunned by the boss, otherwise you're in big trouble if you get stunned. That's what I would do. I would suggest you to get Beretta, and for your arena team it will be something like Beretta, Lucian, maybe Bernard. Yeah, I think Bernard will help. So Beretta, Lucian, Bernard, and Megan. Bernard and Megan together will probably give you the first turn, which is good because your Lucian is gonna wreck most of the arena teams that you face right now. And you could maybe later on swap out one of the units for maybe Belladon to have something of a healer and a dispel unit in the team, and that should be good. Like, I would wait with the water Undine because you don't really need her right now. Later on you can fusion, but I would first make your team Beretta, so the fire self, Lucian, Bernard, and Shannon or Megan. I think Megan is better for the fact that you're probably gonna go first with because he buffs the attack gates. But Shannon is already up there, so I think you should try to use Shannon as well and see how that goes. You could even go with Konamiya instead. Like, that could actually not be a bad idea even. Like Beretta, Konamiya, Bernard, Lucian. Then what's gonna happen? You speed up with your Bernard. Then Konamiya can do research on Lucian. Lucian attacks, and when they attack, and because you will ruin this with high resistance, chances are when they attack, this unit will stick out of CC, and then you can use speeds to get your team. That's actually not a bad idea. Because research also fills up your attack bar. That's actually pretty good. I would try that, because then you have the units you want to use for PvP and PvE together, except for Beretta. But that's easier to work on. There's no need for getting a Megan up, to be honest. I would try that, and if not, you could add Shannon or Megan to the mix instead of Konamiya. But again, you need to make sure that Lucian gets some more substat crit on one of the, like on these you have 9, wait. Yeah, replace this rune and try to get substat crit. And same goes for this one, even though it's not a bad rune, you need a lot more crit to make this unit work. Otherwise you will lose so much damage because you will not crit half of the time. You could use Sieg instead of something else, but you kind of need. You could use Beretta, Sieg, Bernard, and Lucian, but that's not the best team setup, I guess. I think I would use Konamiya and then try that out, because if you just get his crit a bit higher, then it should be fine. Okay, this is your review, and I'm gonna go to the next review. Be right back. Yo, I'm back with Nolan Rooney. His comment was, hey, could you help me out? I'm relatively new to the game, about a month, and I don't know what my best team is right now. Just some quick pointers. Oh, you have this already. Yeah, upgrade this mystery plant when you can, and get a Devilmon each week from glory points. That's you know where you get them, right? You get them from Arena. Let's see what units he has. Colleen is a pretty good unit, so I would definitely recommend you not to throw this guy away. He's pretty good. I fought him in a high level arena and I got surprised in how good he is. So that's pretty decent unit. Cersei is pretty okay for now because he has actually a speed leader. Not that high, but not that bad. Neil is pretty good. Lure is pretty awesome. Decker is pretty decent, but I think you have better units. So Wind Cobble Bomber is pretty good. Werewolf is actually not bad for the beginning. I want this Amazon because I need the fusion. Let me see if you have anything else that I would recommend you to use right now. Okay, I'll go over your units quick, which are the best, and you should keep focusing on. So that's like I will give you one team after this, but first I'll talk about the unit. Colleen is very good. I think he has an attack power buff, so that's really good, and a heal. So Colleen, Cersei is good. Neil is good. Oh, Phantom Thief is good. Cobble Bomber is good. Werewolf and the water units are pretty good. They're more of the tanks. And this unit, Bernard, it's a Wind Griffin. This is a good unit that you should use at some point. And the Water Garuda, that's this one, is really good. And you probably want to keep the Wind Pixie. So, what's your best team? Let me see. What kind of leader skills do we have? Some resistance. It's only an arena. think he gives HP. Skills. You give accuracy to wind. Okay. You could do two things as for the leader. Is either Cobalt Bomber to give him more accuracy so he hits his skill more often, or use Surgy so everyone is a bit faster. And as your best team right now, I think Colleen plus Cobalt Bomber plus Lure, and then either Neil or Cersei's is pretty decent setup. This is a really, it's not like a very tanky setup, but it's doing a lot of damage. Especially if you get this skill and get some defense breaks, then Cersei's and Colleen and your Cobalt Bomber will do a lot of damage. But your best units right now is Colleen, is definitely going to be in every setup. Cobalt Bomber and Lure, and then you just add either the speed leader or the resistance from Neil. It depends on what you need. Like if you have a fire based setup against you and you take your Cobalt Bomber with you, take Neil with you so you could shield your Cobalt Bomber. And like I would suggest getting one of these two units in your team at some point because they're really tanky and they will help you out in some situations where you need some more tanky units. But overall I think that's the best setup I could give you. And I definitely would suggest focusing on these two as well, getting them up into your lineup plus Bernard, because these units all will be very good late game. And for the further rest I don't really see any units. So I would focus on, right now I would put your main focus on the Cobalt Bomber and on Lure. If you get these to max level and ruined up. I would rune this unit with Fatal set and Focus, but you're level 20, so I'm gonna suggest Fatal Energy, and then get on the 2 slot attack percent, on the 4 slot attack percent, on the 6 slot you should use Accuracy percent, all percent based on the 2, 4, 6. And if you use him as leader, he has a pretty good accuracy buff for himself, so that is definitely an option you could use. And make sure that your Colleen is your fastest monster. The reason for that is because he can buff you up, and this will, if you get this thing more skilled up, it will be resetted in 3 turns, so that's not bad. Furthermore, you're doing a pretty great job. Yeah, this unit will never be ruined accordingly right now. But if you can get your hands on a Swift set and get a Focus set, that would be great. Try to get him, get him with speed, HP percent, accuracy percent. That's what I would do for him. I don't have too much advice for you, but you already know, you're actually already doing the correct units. I think the Cobalt Bomber and the Phantom Thief deserve more attention, especially the Cobalt Bomber, in terms of runes and levels. And add Bernard to your team, or your units, and the Water Garuda and the Wind Pixie, because they will be helpful later on. You might even want to check this guy out, because he's not that bad. Being a light unit and all, he could be decent for the mid game. The Cobalt Bomber is by far one of the better units you have, plus the Lure. So yeah, I think this is what I can give you. I hope this helped, man. Try to get those runes, try to farm those attack percent runes in the highest mode you can. On energy, just do the easy, like if you can do Hell mode Garden Forest, or the first stage that is. If you can do that, then just farm your runes there. If you can do higher, in, for example, the second stage, which drops fatal runes, if I'm correct, you could farm them there. But just try to make sure that you get a 3-star or 4-star attack percent rune, because those will do so much more. They just give so much more stats than anything else. Okay, yeah, this was your review. So I'll be right back with the next review. Okay, I'm back with DirtyTone, and he has two simple questions. Well, maybe not simple, but short. Woo to 6-star, and are my monsters rune right? Let's see if your runes are right. Don't focus on this unit anymore, by the way. Wait. She's not worth it. Really, she isn't. So this is definitely something you don't need to have. I'll just go by the runes. Well, Rena is runed correctly. This is also fine. Your Fire Joker is runed correctly. Yeah, your runes are fine. I think you're not doing anything wrong. Try to make this unit faster. I believe you could make this a speed rune instead of a HP rune. That will help you out in arena. Beretta. Yep, doing great job. Nothing to say about that. Can't really say anything about your runes, man. You're doing a great job. Yep. So then the question is, what should your 6-star? Your runes are fine, so don't worry about that. You're doing exactly what you need to do. So what do 6-stars first? I would say it goes between Beretta or Jojo. So either Beretta or Jojo, because they're both really good. They're both useful in a lot of places. Actually, they're probably always used in the same places as well: arena, PvE, Trail of Ascension. So now my question is to you: what do you think is your best monster? Like, do you like Beretta better or do you like Jojo better? I would definitely do one of these two first. So it's a bit up to you which one you like better. I personally like Jojo better. Well, actually no, that's not true. I don't personally like Jojo better. I think Beretta actually is better in late game than Jojo is in arena and in Trail of Ascension. So I would, on that note, I would say Beretta. But that's not, like, it's not needed. You could go with Jojo. It's a really good monster. But no, okay, I would do Beretta. I'm gonna say Beretta because she's gonna be useful late game as well, in a lot of stages, in a lot of other situations, and in PvP she will still be good. So I would go for it. She also has the better runes, so that's pretty solid, I think, to go for her. So yeah, since your runes are correct and all that, I would just say keep it up. Don't really have anything to say about that, and I would 6-star you Beretta. It's a really short review for you, man, but that's what I have to say, and I think this is exactly what you need to do. So yeah, I'll keep it at this. If there's anything else you need to know, let me know, but you're doing a great job, so keep up the good work. Be right back with the next review. So we're back with Camelot21. His question was, could you take a look at my monster now running to get my third 6-star? If you can, I don't really know what to run in arena defense. Can you light me up? I don't know if I can light you up. I can help you. I can enlighten you. No, I don't know. If they're enduring, tell me. So let's just take a look at his monsters. He gets Copper as one of his first 6-stars with nice. I like it. Vampire set, pretty good. Nothing to add on that. You need 3% with crit air. Are you getting that? Where could we get that? 3%. I should get it. We should get it somewhere. This rune. Yeah. Farm this rune in well, just you know where to farm it, but farm this rune and get a until you get something with 4% crit in total, because then it's 100%. Try to do that, because then he's a lot more reliable, because even now he is not reliable because of that last few percent you miss. So arena defense, these two are definitely going to be in there because they're the best units for now. What to 6-star next? That's a good question. Ooh, you got this guy. Like it. Good unit, good dispeller. Definitely something you want to use later on. The Dead Knight, the Water Dead Knight has been buffed. Not yet right now, but he will be buffed. He will be a lot better, so keep him. Also, this unit is getting my buff, I'm correct. Yeah, furthermore, I don't have to go further back for that. So about the 6-star, right? Let me just think for a minute. I see a few options. I see Brian and I see Belladon. So these both look for me as an option to make them your next 6-star. And I think Brian, I'll just call him Brian, is the better option. Yeah, I think Brian is the better option. You'll I think I will go with Brian. You will have a really. You could also go with this unit actually. Ramagus. It's not even a bad idea. Okay, you have 3 options then. 3 options. Belladon, Brian, or Ramagus. What will help you the most? I think Ramagus. Brian or Ramagus. I think Belladon is something you could do later. Plus he's already useful, even when he's not 6-star obviously. Don't think you should. No, I don't think Hawa should be 6-star. Well, he has good runes. That's also a possibility to go for Hawa. I just don't know. I don't know. This is good. This is a very good question. What, like, okay, if I look in arena defense, I would pick Brian because he's gonna help the most in arena defense. If I look at PvE, I would say Awa, because he's got, like, even though she already does her job great, making her more survivable is good, which she will be good in PvP as well, but maybe not as great as some of the other units. Well, I think if you 6-star, she will do massive amount of damage. So actually Hawa is actually pretty okay in arena. But obviously on defense, well, on defense at 6-star is not bad either. Maybe Hawa is your best bet because you already have some good units that can support, like Amon can support the fact that everything stays alive. And Copper is pretty tanky. So doing Hawa will give you the most use in PvE situation and also benefits you in arena. And then later on I would get to Brian. I mean, he can revive already right now for PvE and for arena as well. I mean, it's not like he's gonna die in one hit. I think I would go for Hawa. So I started out saying that you only have 3 options, and now I take the option that's not even an option. But I think Hawa is gonna be beneficial, the most beneficial for you. As for arena defense, it's gonna be Copper, Amon, and then your next 6-star probably Hawa. And I would go. You don't have a leader skill then, do you? Don't we have a speed leader? You don't have a speed leader, do you? Oh yeah, you have this unit, but it's not really a speed leader with team. Okay, let's say Copper, Aman, Awa, and I would put Megan in, but then Megan needs to be a lot faster in order to become that unit. Make this a speed rune. So your defense should be Copper, Aman, Megan as lead, and Awa, and then make this a speed rune and make her super really fast. Try to get substats which like this rune is not beneficial for her at all. So try to find a rune that has substat speed. This rune is actually okay. This rune you need to check if you can get the speed. Same goes for this rune. So this rune is pretty decent. So if you switch out this rune with something that has substat speed and you start upgrading these runes, like upgrade this to +6 at least, upgrade this to +9, upgrade this to well you have that, upgrade this to +9 or 6 and see if there's speed, and try to get a speed as high as possible. That would be a decent defense. Yeah. About the runes, again upgrade these runes to get the substats. Don't have too much to add on the units runes because most of them are just good. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add about that. Well, I would make this not a resistance rune, but I guess you just didn't have anything else. And for Belladon, this is a fine setup, so yeah, I don't really have anything to add. If you can have a decent amount of accuracy without the accuracy rune, that would be good, but then you need to have them in your substat. Yeah. Don't have too much to say to you because again your monsters are runed right, so I don't have to really to watch check that. So check that out. I only see that you need to make your Megan faster, so get a speed rune for her and speed substats. Make your Y an X6 star and your defense will be Megan, Awa, Copper and Aman. That's a pretty decent defense. So this is your review. I hope I helped you. And I'll be right back with another review. I'm not even sure if I have another one, but I think I do. So be right back. Okay, I just checked it out, and that was the last review I could do right now. So I'm gonna end the video. It's already pretty long, so no shame in that. Okay, I'll see you guys then later, man. Bye.